everyone. I'm Angela.
And I am Ron.
Welcome to our podcast,
Chatter of Opinion.
We are on our second episode, and
2.
today's topic is
Social media and self-esteem.
Self-esteem.
Now, social media is a big venue when it comes to communicating with individuals. It could be a very good tool, but however, with the good comes the bad.
Very bad.
Yes, social media has, in my opinion, ruined individuals' self-esteem. And it comes in different forms and fashions. One of the first ways that it ruins people's self-esteem is when they introduce filters.
People don't even not use filters anymore.
Well, there's a lot of people that don't use filters, but there are a lot of people that actually do use filters, that have a filter, that have another filter.
Yes,
and to the point where you don't even know who it is that,
or recognize.
Right, that is behind the screen.
Right, I agree.
You go to school or you meet people at work and you see them on social media. Sometimes you follow them. However, the person that you see on social media might not be the same person that you connect with on a day-to-day basis.
Yes, I agree.
Okay.
I mean, it's a different person sometimes. Totally different. Like unrecognizable.
Right. Some of the filters that I have seen is where you have extended eyelashes, or some guys look like their skin is completely, pure, like they don't have any blemishes or anything like that. What are some of the other filters that you've seen?
Even just eyeliner, adding eyeliner too. But I agree, most of it is just that like milk complexion, like no pimples, or it's just like a smooth surface.
Right. To have the appearance that you have the perfect skin.
No imperfections.
No imperfections. Yeah. And nobody is actually made that way. You have some people, especially before puberty, that actually do have that clear skin and so forth. But nowadays, I don't see too many people that have that type of skin that I see these filters taking care of.
And if you do, praise to you.
Right. And it gives you that false sense of security because you are one way with these filters online, but you could be a totally different way in person.
And also your demeanor, right?
Yes.
You're just more confident when you have the filters, and then when you don't have the filters, unfortunately the confidence isn't there.
Right. So in social media, when you do use these filters, people think that is the 100% ready-made person, right? They are ready to go. And for some reason, I don't understand why people think that they have to be ready all the time. Like,
which is
always
our next point.
Ready. Yes.
People will not come in front of the camera unless they're picture ready. They won't come just out of bed from the gym. Like, they'll add their face before they get on the camera just after the gym, but they'll never or rarely not be camera ready.
Right.
Yeah.
And I've seen that, like, and I always question myself, even though I have a lot of people that support me from, like, overseas or something like that, but I will see people getting ready late night just to do a TikTok or just to do like a TikTok live or whatever it is. And I'm not talking about the ones that do the tutorials on how to put on makeup and stuff like that. I'm talking about they are getting ready just to be online.
Yeah, just as for a story time. Right?
Pretty much. Yeah. Pretty much so. And I always wondered, when it comes to that, has social media ruined individuals' self-esteem? And
100%.
Right. When I was doing research on this, I looked back and I saw like how many people actually are depressed from what they see on social media. And there are a lot of people that fall into being in social media every single day. Yep. Social media is their life.
That's their life. Yeah.
Right. So what they want to do is they want to fit into the social media crowd and what becomes so popular. People are so afraid of being themselves nowadays that they have to use filters. They have to use a filter on top of a filter to look and present themselves a certain way, which is really not them.
Right.
Hence, that's why they always become ready 24/7. Yeah. You know what I mean? I always said to myself, like when I go out in public, I always iron my clothes or do what I got to do. Just in case somebody comes up to me, I'll be ready for the camera. But
But do you think part of that is because of like the bullying and the bot? Is it bots? What is it called? Troll
oh,
accounts. People
trolls,
are
yeah.
just so mean that maybe they've experienced that too, to where it's like they cannot not be ready because people are just so mean.
Okay, well, I would agree with you on that. But then on the flip side, when it comes to bullying, if you start using social media and transforming yourself on social media, and then somebody sees you in public, you're going to face more of that, yeah,
Criticism. Yeah,
criticism because you are not that person.
I agree.
Right.
I agree.
And,
But
and I'm saying this because there was a couple of times where I have been out in the public and somebody has recognized me from social media. Now, if they saw me and recognized me from social media and I look totally different than what I presented myself on social media, then that's going to be a topic in itself. That's how you get those trolls, those
it's a
people all
little
in your
different for
box.
men though, because women do wear makeup, we do our hair. You guys, normally the way you wake up is the way you go to bed.
I would agree. I would
So it's
agree.
it's a lot different.
I would say that it's a lot different because when it comes to women on social media, you guys have a standard that you have to kind of uphold.
Yes.
And that standard, when it comes to trying to compete with others, is different than the standard that men have. We look at more of the physical as far as like, is this guy fit? Or I'm looking on social media to see their lifestyle, how old they are. If they got like a brand new car, and here I am with a bucket
I was gonna
or
say hoopty.
yeah,
I
a
don't know
hoopty or
what's
that you
the
showing your
proper.
age, girl. You
Yeah,
showing your age on that
maybe.
hoopty. But if they they I'm driving a hoopty or a bucket or they're showing their house and it's all put together and God forbid I don't even know if it's their house or not, but
So you're saying not even just looks, but
yeah,
just
you could.
their
It
whole,
falls in
yeah.
different categories because,
Okay.
like I said, I could see a young guy. He says like he's 25 and he owns his own house and something like that. And then here I am, like in my 40s or 50s, and I'm sitting on my mama's couch. You know what I mean? That could ruin my self esteem because then now I'm hard on myself, saying, "Man, I should have done it differently," or I'm wasting my life just sitting around when this young kid has it all.
Yeah, and unfortunately, these kids nowadays, even like younger, they start off with like a higher status than people who've been working for years, right? As far as like we talk about when we go to the high school here, and there's like really nice cars in the
Really
parking
nice.
lot
Yes.
during school time. So it's like more than likely those are one of the kids' cars. So I can understand
Yeah.
that. They're just all about the
The status
status.
point.
Yeah.
So then when you don't reach that status point on social media, I can understand how it would ruin your self-esteem, especially when you're always in comparison to the people that are around you.
So is that just social media, or could that also just stem from society in general?
It could stem from society, but I think it's driven a lot by social media because
In these times with social media being a
right,
part of our daily lives,
correct.
it's almost heightened.
Yes,
Yeah.
because I don't see a lot of people actually getting out in society and judging people in society. Nowadays when you get out in the world, you're pretty much going to work and then you come home, but you don't
But
hang out like you used to
but
hang
maybe
out.
in our age, yes, but maybe we could consider like kids who are in high school or college. Maybe
Okay.
they do, have that those same experiences in person,
Right, right. And it's
right?
like I said, it's a status. It's a status driven in today's age. It's all about what you got, what you're trying to get, what somebody else has that you want, how easy it is to get it. And if you don't get it or you don't fall in a certain category, that could be very traumatizing for individuals, like I said, that live their life through social media.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yes. But I would also say there's a lot of pressures, you know what I mean? The pressures to compete, especially when it comes to women. Women are so
Yes.
hard on themselves.
Yeah,
And
we're our worst critics, and I can vouch for that. We are our
yes,
worst critics. You can see the beauty in others and give them all the praise in the world, even if just to be supportive, but to ourselves,
Very hard.
Yeah, we're
Very
so hard
hard.
on ourselves. I
So,
agree.
so my question would be, when women look on social media and they follow certain people, is it you trying to compare yourself to those individuals, or you trying to see? I know you follow their content, but is it a comparison there, or do you just watch just to be watching?
Um, I think it's different per person. It just depends on that individual. If I were talking about myself, I watch just to watch,
Right.
but I don't look at social media to compare really, but maybe when I'm watching in social media, I probably do notice certain
Right.
things, or oh, I don't have as great as complexion. I've done that before because I'm not a filter girl. It's like this is me, take me as I am. I'm older, so it's like this is who I am.
Right.
And when I do see other people and they have like that beautiful skin, I will always look, do they have a filter first?
Okay.
Because if they have a filter, then oh well, I'm envying you for something that's not real. So
But
then that brings me to the reality that oh okay,
but does it let you know on social media if that person has a filter or
yeah,
not? Oh, I didn't know
yeah,
that.
it tells you what filter they're using.
Oh, the only time I notice is sometimes when people are talking and then like their eyelash be way
Yeah, over
over
here.
here and
Actually, let me correct myself because I do notice it on TikTok. So I don't
okay,
know if it's on
like Instagram
Instagram
or any
or
other.
other things. They may have a filter that maybe you got from what's that, Snapchat,
Okay.
and then you uploaded it,
Oh,
maybe.
I didn't even know you can do that.
But on TikTok, yeah, definitely. It tells you what
Right.
filter.
Well, men, like I said, when I look on there, it just depends on what it is. I don't, when I look, I don't compare myself as far as materialistic things.
Hmm.
However, if it's like fitness and I see a young man or I see somebody that's my age, I do look at him like, man, I need to step my game up because this guy got abs, busting out their shirt and stuff like that. And I work just as hard as that person, and they're going over their routine. So I kind of compare myself in that way. But when it
Which is
comes,
good to which
yeah,
is good to hear. I mean, again, us women are always so hard on ourselves, and we just think men have it so easily. So it's nice of you to be raw and admit that
yeah, I think it
y'all
might
have the same
it,
problem.
it might be goal driven though, goals
Maybe.
driven. When you look on social media and you try to follow somebody that has around the same goals as you, then you try to compare yourself to where you are in life or your
True.
program to that individual. Like man, because I see people all the time. Once again, in the fitness realm of things, and they're like cut up. They say the before and the after. And I'm like, well, how long did it take you to
To
get to
get
that
there.
point? You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like you, that might have been you like when you were 15 or 16, and then now you're like
Possibility.
35. I have no clue, but I look at their age since I'm an older individual, and I compare myself to the way that they look.
And sometimes it's all a facade.
It might be, you know what I mean? It might be,
Because
but
I see people at the gym not working out, but they are big at taking pictures, doing
yeah,
some movements as if they
right.
did. And then as soon as that video's over, they go to the next
Right.
machine.
You know what? In some cases, I am guilty of that where I'd be on the treadmill and I'm getting it. But I only was on that treadmill for like 30 seconds just to get my video in and then I'm out. You know what I
But I
mean?
can say you don't do that often.
No, I
There's
don't.
people who like that's what they go into
I
the gym
I
for.
agree.
So
I agree. I do not do that often, but I am guilty of getting on the machine, taking me a video or a picture or whatever, and then being out. One of the biggest things when it comes to the whole self esteem thing that I've ran across when people would talk to me is the failures of relationships or trying to start relationships on social media. And I say this, one of the main reasons is because when you look on social media and you're trying to date an individual, you fall in love with that person that you see on social media. No matter if they're
okay.
done up or they have filters, this, that, and the other. A man falls for that particular person.
So do people meet on social media and then meet in person? Is that
I'm
the
pretty
thing?
sure. I'm pretty sure that they do.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure. You can only talk to somebody on social media for so long, you know what I
I know,
mean?
but I don't know. I guess I don't think of social media as a way to.
What?
Yeah.
I guess. I
But you're. I
guess.
mean, yeah. No.
Yeah, somebody's hitting you up and they liking your pics or your
Okay,
videos
maybe on a
and
dating site, but
well,
on social media, I don't know. Maybe I'm just
but that's what the
oblivious.
issue is nowadays, that people confuse the social media platform for these dating
The
sites.
connect.
Yeah. So, like I said, if every morning I hit you up and I'm like, hey, girl,
And you
you're
look
looking good,
good,
this, that, and
yeah.
the other,
And then you meet in
eventually,
person,
right, eventually the conversation's going
yeah.
to, go to the next level. It's like, where you at?
And also, that person has to either uphold it, right? Like, I'm always done up ready.
Okay.
Or that person's like, wait, you're not always done up ready. You're in sweats and with your hair in a bun all the time.
Right, but also like some of the filters that we talked about earlier is not going to correct you in person. So what
Correct.
happens is when
That's
a
true.
person falls for this individual on social media and then they meet in person and they
Yeah.
look totally different.
It's like
That's
you signed up. We were talking about when you go apartment or house shopping, the pictures look great.
always.
But when you actually go to see it in person or a car,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't quite look like that. It's because
No.
those pictures are touched up or the angles are just so or
Yes,
whatever.
the
So,
lighting is at the right spot,
yeah, totally. I can see
and you
that.
guys can agree. You see a picture of, let's say, a car online, and then you go see it,
And it's,
and it's like online, the paint is sparkling and everything. But then when you go see it in person, it's all dusty. The
yeah.
inside is
Yeah.
like not good. Same thing with social media and dating. You see somebody they sparkling
And they
online.
dusty in person?
Yeah.
Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying?
You meet up with them, they all dusty, you know what I
Oh,
mean?
God.
Or they look old because, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure guys have filters that make them look a lot
Yeah.
younger. And
Well,
so,
regular filters, yeah, they like I said, it's smooth. That's the word I'm looking for. Smooths their skin.
yes, yes.
Yes, and you're right. In person, you do have the crow. What is it? Eye, whatever.
Yeah, the crow eye or not the
The
wrinkles and
wrinkles
all
on
this
the
type of stuff.
forehead. Yeah.
Yeah, and I can understand how it is when you do genuinely like someone and then you meet them. Let's say you meet them in person and they're not the person that you fell for on social media. I can understand how that'll ruin your self esteem
Mm-hmm.
because you would say, hey, this girl wanted me or this guy wanted me. We talked for months, and then when they saw me, they was just like it was
Oh,
awkward. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, ooh. And some
Yeah.
people are kind of rude with it because they have the
Yeah.
shotgun effect now. People could talk to multiple people online until
Yeah.
you get the right one that you're looking for.
But you're looking for a different person.
Well, I ain't looking
Yeah.
for that
Yeah.
person. When they remove, that's like when people start taking off because you've seen people, and I'm not here to judge, but I've seen from my point of view. Women that are on social media and they have a couple of profiles where they're all done up. Then they
Mm-hmm.
start removing the eyelashes
Yeah, or the
and
videos
the
in reverse type
eyebrows.
thing.
Yeah, then they
Yeah.
take the teeth out. They all snag a tooth. Like, nah, you know what I
But
mean?
those people on the other end are willing to show both sides. So I guess we can't.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I mean, yes, it's two totally different views or
Right.
people, but with them willing to show you from start to finish, that's a vulnerable state.
Yeah, but what do you think that their self esteem is like,
I
though?
don't know.
If individuals have to dress up like that to pretend that there's someone else,
Yeah.
how come those individuals don't get on here as that with the
Right.
raggedy mouth and the whole nine?
I have noticed that a lot of people, when they don't look tip top shape or looks, that they'll always kind of do a disclaimer, right? Like, I'm sorry, I don't look put together. I just came for the gym. Or, oh, I just woke up, but I had to say this. Like, they have to say why they aren't
And I don't
in
understand
that.
that either. A person, if you got 20 teeth, whatnot, somebody out there is gonna like you for who you are. I can't understand how I would be if I had to wake up every single morning and put on a totally different a performance pretty much. I have to put on my costume
Yeah,
every single day to make somebody else feel good.
I agree.
When I look in my mirror, right? Let's say
It's
it
a lot
takes
of
me
pressure.
right, but let's say it takes me like an hour, 2 hours to put
Makeup
performance
on?
on,
Oh, yeah.
makeup or whatever this performance on. When all I have to do is wake up, look at myself in the mirror, it takes me like 5 minutes or whatever to say, hey, this is me.
Must be
Right,
nice. I
love
mean,
it or
I
leave
wear
it.
makeup, but I'm not like a makeup person, so it's minimal, but still,
Right, but you have some people that won't even do that because their self esteem
yeah.
is so low. And granted, I've heard a lot of self esteem issues from past relationships when somebody has told them that they're either fat or they're too
Mm.
skinny or they're ugly or this, that, and the
Yeah,
other.
always
Yeah,
critiques.
for personal reasons, male to female, female to male, or whatever. But the thing is, the self esteem on social media when you use these filters has got to be low when you take all these filters away and you
Yeah.
look at yourself and let's say you slip
You
up.
probably tear yourself
You
apart.
do. You
Yeah,
have to. But then once again, I'll
I
ask that
get it.
question: How long can you pretend to be someone else? And then what is going to happen when you decide not to be that person anymore? Do
Yeah,
you
to
get
reveal
off?
your true
Right?
self.
Do you
Oh,
get off of social
Yeah,
media,
I'd
or
be interested in talking to somebody who is just that social media person that is always done up or is always at this heightened state, and what does happen, or does it ever happen, or what's gonna happen if you ever get to that state.
right?
That would be
And
very interesting.
I'd be curious to know how many people have, because I see it on social media all the time. There's attractive guys and attractive women, and they still get bullied. They
Yeah,
still get the criticism. They
I
still get
agree. Because
the bad
but
comments.
I think a lot of it is those troll people, as people say, that they just are trying to affect them.
Yeah, but then
Probably because they look good.
right, but then
Yeah.
if everybody else is boosting them up, the people that they really pay attention to a lot of times is those trolls,
Mm.
which hurts their self esteem because they're like
Yes.
everyone should like me. So
Yeah.
and sometimes when these trolls come with it, they come with it. They
Yeah.
let you know that your lips are too big or your eyes are crooked and this, that, and the other, and that could further damage one's self esteem.
Yeah.
So that's our conversation for today. I when it comes to social media and self esteem, I think social media plays a big part of an individual's self esteem. No matter if it comes with how many likes that you want, or
Yeah.
how you look, or
People's interaction with you
right
or lack thereof.
what you're looking for, and you just said it. People get on social media and let's say they're all done up. You got a person that doesn't look so good and they're getting thousands of likes, and then you do yourself up, and even you doing yourself up only gets you
Five.
5 likes. You know what I mean? That
And
can
one's
ruin
my mama.
right. That can ruin your self esteem too.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why people go above and beyond to try to be someone else when you can take a few minutes to just love who you are. Love yourself in the rawest form. If people can't love you for who you are, I don't really need to be around those people. That's just the way that I see it.
I know, but society right now is there's just so much pressure for everyone.
Yeah, but who you living for? You living for
Totally.
society, you living for
I
yourself?
I get it, but that's the issue, right?
I would
That's the
agree.
issue, is that people are living for others instead of
I
themselves.
would totally agree with you on that.
Yeah. So,
So if you fall into that category of your self-esteem is damaged because of social media, what I suggest you do is just stop, take a breath, look at yourself in the mirror, and spend the same amount of time that you do trying to get these likes from other people, some strangers. Take that same amount of time and invest in you. Look
I
at
agree.
yourself and say, you know what? I am worth it. I am worthy at my raw estate. I don't need a validation from someone else to tell me how wonderful or how beautiful that I am.
Yeah, and concentrate on the positives.
Yes, yes,
I agree.
yeah. You don't have to try to make it up because once that camera goes off on social media and
You gotta live with
yeah,
yourself.
you pull that mask off, you are who you are.
Good inspiration, Ron.
There you go.
Good
Got
job.
you. I got you. Thank.
Well,
Go ahead.
yeah, no.
What? Thank you for watching our episode. When interacting with us and you're listening to us, just make sure you understand that anytime that we talk, we are pretty much discussing a topic. Just because we
Yeah.
discuss a topic and we go back and forth with each other, that doesn't necessarily mean that that is my personal
That's
views.
our stance,
Right. That is
right?
not just my stance.
We're just here to show all aspects of the conversation.
Yes. So make sure that you tune in to our next podcast. We will have the topic that comes out pretty soon. But I really enjoy you guys paying attention and supporting us for what we're trying to do.
And remember, when interacting with others,
Yes.
to take into consideration their perspectives, because we don't all have the same perspectives.
Yes.
But just remember that those people who are in your lives and that are meant to be in your lives will understand and meet you with that same energy of respect.
There you go. Perfect.
Yeah. Thanks,
All right.
guys.
Thank